Hey guys, Clumsy here. Bit of a different setup today. I'm not sure if it will work with everybody, so we'll experiment. Please bear with me in the meantime. New triple monitor setup. Feel free to watch the previous videos if you haven't seen those yet, where I feature more of this new setup. But you can also notice that the screen is a bit wider even on your end. It's 21:9, so you can see up to this point, I guess. So technically, I have 7680 by 1440 resolution inside the sim. What you are seeing in YouTube right now should be around 3840 by 1440, so around this point. So at least a little bit wider than a single monitor. Anyway, so we'll do a flight today. I did find a job in On Air. Let me show you that one. And we are logged into VATSIM. We should have partial coverage. No track IR. So I don't have a cap or anything. We're carrying 3 executives with us. They have been waiting for a while. From Center, Piedmont, Cherokee County Regional Airport to Tri-State, Milton, J. Ferguson. Anyone familiar with those airports? Me, not personally, but I am excited to fly through them. Let's have a look at the chart. The chart is pretty simple. It's a pretty straightforward airport. So if you look at the screen here, yeah. Probably runway 7 is where we'll be departing from, and I don't think there is any... Okay, so it's a CTAF, so it's a non-towered airport, so we will probably be getting clearance from Center. Center is online, and then we will be tuning into the Unicom for taxi, and then when we're number 1 for departure, we will get IFR clearance or IFR release from Center. I almost always forget how this works, so you guys will have to bear with me. Let's see. Alright, let's tune into the Center frequency 132.975.
646, have your clearance advised with this copy.
I also tried to update the audio a bit so it doesn't peak so much. Let me know if that works better.
Airport via Radar Vectors Jotno, then is found. Well, Radar Vectors Jotno, then direct maintain 5000. Departure with me, squawk 2025.
I almost forgot we have to take note of all of those details. Let me get my notepad ready. Should see it on that screen on the left. Okay, let's get our request. IFR Atlanta Center TBM 6389er Delta.
TBM 16389er Delta Atlanta.
TBM 6389er Delta at Piedmont Cherokee Regional, Kilo Papa Yankee Papa, requesting IFR clearance to Tri-State Milton Ferguson, Kilo Hotel Tango Sierra.
Six three eight nine Delta, Roger, clearance run across standby 1.
Cool. Alright, let's wait. I'm still pretty nervous, but what I'm doing right now is I'm just winging it. I'm starting to speak even before I think about getting nervous. So I keep busy enough so that I don't have enough time to be nervous. Right, let's wait for our clearance. I'll probably cut this video off so it won't get too long, but I'm thinking about it, probably edit it a bit so it will be more consumption friendly. But I will probably still upload this full-length video if you want to see the full-length everything, all the communications. And I'll probably make that available for the patrons and subs as an exclusive content. We'll see, like a behind-the-scenes content. That might actually work. Because I think it would be better to edit this out anyway. A little bit more quality in there, less dead air. More of the meaty parts. Maybe keeping it to 30 minutes ideally. But we'll see, we'll see. By the way guys, thank you for all the comments and the well wishes and the feedback on the past few videos.
Beacon on the PDC at squawk 5,700 for 1,000.
We're 1151 affirmative, climb and maintain level 370.
Up to 370 for American 1151.
American, or correction, American 1134.
Okay, we're not yet. So thank you for all the comments, guys, and
Is the beacon on the PDC a squawk?
glad to see you
Yes,
guys
beacon
are
is blocked,
liking
sir.
this triple monitor setup.
Roger, thank you.
So I'm trying my best to
So
feature
639
that.
Delta, I have your
as much
clearance
as
advisor
possible.
to copy.
Ready to copy, TBM 6389 Delta.
Number 6389 Delta is cleared to the Hotel Tango Sierra Airport for your radar vector Steve, then as found. Maintain 10,000, expect level 3101 to minute test departure. Departure frequencies with me, squawk 2076, hold for release.
TBM 6389 Delta cleared to Kilo Hotel Tango Sierra via vectors. 10,000 initial, flight level 310 10 minutes after. Center frequency with you, and sorry I missed the squawk.
2076.
Squawk 2076, TBM 6389 Delta.
TBM 6389 Delta, read back correct. Advise number 1 holding short of the runway. Ready for departure.
Will report, 89 Delta. I wasn't actually sure what to reply there.
106 is ready for departure at 2 and right at PDK.
Okay, so let's put in squawk
646, Roger, departure, turn off, heading
2076. We are in mode
Heading
C,
090, clear
altitude.
takeoff 21 right, 1
Our initial altitude is 10,000 feet. Let me just use this so it's faster. I can move away from the keyboard now, hopefully. There you go. Alright, let's get the current altimeter setting in there. 3039er. Wow, very high pressure. Does that mean the weather is very good? It does look very good. No clouds at all. So if I look at my notepad here, center frequency is with them. Hold for release. Okay, looking good. So we will be given vectors to Ceves, the first waypoint, which is basically at that point right there. Good. Since this is not towered, it's up to us actually to decide which runway we will be taking. And based on Little Nav map, the weather is currently, well, the winds are interesting, 242 at 5 knots. So it does look like runway 25 is better. Alright, let's go do that then. So I'll move the heading 247 and we should probably switch to Unicom frequency. Cherokee traffic, TBM 6389er Delta, taxiing to the runway 25. Flaps will be set. We'll take care of the heaters later. Is that stuttering on your end? Maybe I can... Is that smoother? That I think is smoother. Have to modify something in the settings. Okay. Looking good right there. We are in the middle of the runway. Does look pretty clear here. So now we switch back to center and we request for IFR release. It's TBM 6389er Delta requesting IFR release.
So number 89er Delta, release for departure boarded if not off in 3 minutes. Upon entering controlled airspace, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading TBM 6389er Delta. I don't know what else to give out there.
American 623, ready for taxi.
623 runway
Alright,
36 center, taxi via Echo across 2.
so let's switch back to Unicom. Let's announce Cherokee traffic, TBM 6389er Delta, back taxiing runway 25. I think I should have said the runway that I'll be taking off from, because they probably didn't know. Yeah, that's something I have to brush up on. Cherokee traffic, TBM 6389er Delta, departing runway 25, runway heading. Off we go. Heaters. Don't forget the heaters. Maybe no, don't do that last minute, guys. Right. Takeoff power is set. Don't go beyond the red line. We do have some pretty good headwinds in here. So I have my landing lights on, and otherwise on air will penalize me for that. There you go, just in time. Sorry guys, a bit rusty. Too busy with
Airborne time
setup recently that I am not doing this correctly. Go to heading mode here. Tap the brakes, gear up. 116 knots. Flaps up. And yaw damper on. Good. Alright. Now I guess we can switch back to center.
Envoy 3603, roger. Runway 6 clear for takeoff, runway heading Birmingham Windcom.
Autopilot is on.
And somebody else calling for taxi?
There we go.
Yeah, Southwest
Keep this flight level change. Whoa, sudden movements with flight level change. That is scary. Okay.
Delta 1553 to center, maintain 7,000.
7,000, 1553.
Let's go 145 knots. You know what? 150 knots should be okay.
Southwest 24, ready for taxi.
So I'll report back to
Delta
him.
1533, Atlanta Center.
Atlanta Center TBM 6389er Delta at 2,900, climbing 10,000.
November 89 Delta, if you're on frequency, ident please. And Envoy 3603, what's your altitude?
TBM 6389er Delta, ident.
89er Delta, radar contact 17 east of the Gadsden VOR, climb maintain level 310. And turn right heading 030.
Right heading 030 and climb to flight level 310, TBM 6389er Delta.
American 623, holding short, runway 36 center.
We should be getting routing to
And
Ceres.
November 89 Delta, turn
What's
right,
this?
proceed on course.
Turn right, proceed on course, 89er Delta. Good.
Spirit Wings 1134, runway 36 right,
So
line up
what
away.
we can do is we can go direct to Ceres. Direct. Hopefully that works. We never know with these the avionics from Flight Sim 2020. So let's go to nav mode here. So instead of following the heading that we set, we'll follow the flight plan, the magenta line. So even if I move the heading like this,
American 2677,
it
wind
will not
1004, runway 8 left, clear to land.
follow that heading.
1004, left early, American 2677.
Delta's 24, fly runway heading, runway
Nice.
36 center, clear for takeoff, wind 1405.
And we crossed 18,000 feet, so let's switch to standard
Spirit
barrel.
Wings 1134, runway 36 right, line up away.
This is the flight plan.
Delta, there you are, Delta 1540, Atlanta,
see it on your screen.
2010.
So that's the breadcrumbs. That's a trail that we've gotten.
And November
Depart-
46, cross a Jotno at or above
Departed
2,300, clear VOR, DNE,
Centipede
runway 13
Cherokee.
approach.
Runway heading. Eventually we got radar vectors. So we turned right, 030. And then we were given instructions to
Delta
go
1540, radar
direct
contact
Civis,
9 miles east of the Alma VOR, level 360.
proceed on course. And from there we will follow the original flight plan all the way northeast. You can see the winds en route here as well.
Delta's 24, proceed direct
That
Audi.
should be around 20 knots,
direct Audi
15
somewhere.
knots more or less. Would expect. Yeah, the flight plan wind. Eventually reaching Tri-State, Milton. Kilo Hotel Tango Sierra. Pretty good winds, pretty good weather there as well. So that's good. There we go. We have reached Cevis and now we are turning.
Delta 1553, welcome
towards
Atlanta,
our original flight
taxi
plan.
November Delta to the ramp across the parallel.
Beautiful.
November Delta to the ramp across the parallel, 1553.
So let me know if you're getting stuttering there, okay? Hopefully not. But yeah, it has been
Spirit
known
Wings
to happen.
1134, what is your altitude?
Passing 3,700.
So let's
Spirit Wings
align the heading bug
1134,
here
roger.
so that it's aligned with
1134,
the
roger. Radar
magenta
contact,
line.
turn right heading 150.
It's normally-
Climb maintain flight level 340.
Sometimes ATC gives instructions like turn 10 to the left, like 10 degrees to the left, 10 degrees to the right. So your heading bug should always be aligned to your current
Delta 1540,
Track,
descend
or
via
current
the 6 to
heading,
arrival. Runway 9 right, Atlanta altimeter 3040.
Let's
Delta
have a look
430,
at
November,
the
Delta to November, cross
fantastic
9 left.
coverage here where we are currently. This is us to the west of Atlanta. Where is Atlanta International?
2677, turn
Atlanta
right on Bravo,
International's here,
left
so
on
we are
Charlie to the ramp,
northwest.
cross
That's
parallel.
us.
Bravo, Charlie, cross parallel for 2677.
So we'll be headed to the
Second
northeast.
4,
You see
correction American
the
613 radar
ATC
contact as
coverage
reported,
ends
descend
at
via
this
the Chesley
point.
for arrival.
Yeah, this is what I'm not sure yet how to find. Oh, this is us. Kilo Hotel Tango Sierra. So a little bit outside their coverage, unfortunately. But maybe, who knows, maybe later we'll get lucky and someone goes online here and center this airspace. And maybe we can get some coverage all through.
I'm sorry, one more time.
Keep your fingers crossed.
356, looking for IFR clearance in Seattle.
There's a recent update as well in the G3000 mod. It now includes the touchscreen controls. You might have noticed that a while ago. Absolutely lovely controls here. Although, looks like we are climbing a bit too fast, so we're getting that cabin differential pressure again. So let's just dump that a bit. Probably not standard operating procedure, but then that behavior, I'm not sure is realistic anyway. Track up is what I want. So maybe go for a bit of sightseeing, why not? Even though we don't have clouds, we have such clear skies. It gives us a perfect opportunity to do some sightseeing down below. Beautiful stuff. I can actually take a lot of photos this way. Ah, interesting. Yeah. And look at those reflections back there. Yeah, you guys let me know how you feel about an ultra-wide 21:9 aspect ratio in terms of the video. I know some people don't like it. I think it's very nice for flight sim, but if you're watching this on a 16:9 monitor, this traditional aspect ratio monitor, then you will have black borders on the top and bottom, I think. But if you're watching this on the smartphone, chances are you'll see the entire thing. It will fill your screen. So in both ways, well, either way could work depending on where you're coming from. So you guys let me know and I can adjust accordingly next video. Personally, I am leaning more towards this kind of ultra-wide thing because it is very immersive and you get more visuals, so at least you get the chance to see more than the traditional screen. A little bit less than what I'm seeing because I can't share the entire thing, unfortunately. It's a technical limitation, but at least I can share this much. So one screen and a little bit more. Oh, there's actually an airport right below there. Wonder what airport that is. Hey, maybe now would be the perfect time for a time lapse. That might be something I can do. So if I can find like a nice camera angle in here, I could actually do a time lapse for you guys.
November 6389 Delta, Indianapolis Southline, radar services terminated, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, DBM 63800 Delta, thank you.
Okay.
There we go. So now we can actually Move to Unicom. Nav switch. And since no one's here, might as well disconnect from VATSIM. And now we can increase our sim rate so we can descend faster. So let's check that. So if we look at the flight plan, if you go to Ibate, oh, that's interesting. Oh, cool. First time we've tried that. With the improved touchscreen controls, it looks like that up and down is very fluid now, instead of just snapping to place. Very cool attention to detail by the G3000 mod by Working Title Group. So in between Ibate and Tonyo is where we will be starting our descent. Right, so we have started our descent. We are how many miles from the airport? There is the airport right there. But what we need to do, consulting with little nav map here, now the weather is pretty good at the Tri-State, not sure what the name is, Tri-State Airport, let's call it. Yeah, so either runways would be fine. The one closer to us is runway 30, so we'll go with that approach. And so we go to procedure here, pick on approach ILS 30, transition is Haiti. That looks good, but before we do that, I think we'll need to do the workaround, which is basically adding an en route waypoint to Haiti before loading the approach. So Haiti would be the last, there we go. And then we go back to the main menu, procedure, approach, ILS 30 Haiti, load. And in that way, there we go. There should be no waypoints that disappear, because oftentimes when you don't have Haiti in there, it sometimes removes Jonin, removes the previous waypoint, it makes funny stuff. So I try to do that workaround every time. What is this? Ooh, wow. Wow, what is this? Cool. MFD data bar. Oh, so you can actually customize this now. This is new. Right, let's go and brief the approach. Let me load up Navigraph here. Share this with you guys. So we have plugged in ILS 30. So ILS 30 transition would be Haiti. That's the one. If we show that chart. Alright, it's pretty straightforward actually. And we might not even need it. We might actually be able to just do a visual approach, because yeah, I don't think we need to follow the full ILS plan, because it's a very good day outside. So we'll just use the ILS for additional visual guidance, but we'll plug things in anyway just for additional references. 108.7 is the ILS frequency. Let's double check that we have that in. So 108.7, we don't have that tracked yet. Let's plug that in, the same as nav2. But oftentimes for nav2, I try to also put in some VOR that's nearby, some additional nav aid that's just a bit more for like a, what do you say, a foolproofing method basically. So liver is the final approach fix at 2100. It's actually quite interesting, because it says here at liver you should be below 2100 based on this diagram. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I've actually gone below 18,000 a while ago, so I should have switched to local altimeter. Just press B here. So the tip you guys gave me is to turn on the landing lights at 11,000 feet. That should be a good compromise. Turn them on and off at 11,000 feet whenever you're crossing 11,000. Some people have actually even gotten to the point where they descend only up to 11,000. So descend 11,000 so the plane would level, and that would be a visual cue that, oh, I'm at 11,000, I should turn off my landing lights now. Something like that. Or at the very least, we could do like, we could say we only descend to 10,000 just so we hear that 1,000 to go. when we hit 11,000, and when we hear that cue, that beep, then we know immediately, oh, we need to turn on the landing lights. That would be a good mnemonic device, no, a good clue for us, like that. Unfortunately, not all the planes have that, but that would be a good guide, right? So from there, we should remember to go down to 3,000 again. Just head straight for the airport. The airport should be right there on the left side, most probably. I don't quite see it yet, but we should be at 3,000 feet soon. Beautiful area here. We should get more details as we zoom in. Now I should mind my speed though. Should not go beyond 250 knots. Below 10,000 feet. But what I can do now is I can just remove the autopilot, turn off the flight director, 3,000 feet, 2,100. We'll just use the ILS as a visual indicator. Okay, there we go. We have captured the ILS now. India Tango uniform is the identifier. That is consistent with the chart, so that is exactly the ILS frequency that we are detecting. Good. Right, so let's hand fly this thing and enjoy a bit of the journey. And that thing that we're hearing is probably the Morse code for the ILS. Correct me if I'm wrong. I wonder if we could turn it off though. It does sound like something's wrong with the plane at a certain point. So let's turn on the inertial separator. Well, you guys let me know if you know which one it is. In the meantime, let's focus on flying and enjoying the trip. I would keep hearing that though, and I guess it would make sense if I switch also the active nav to localizer. There you go. So I have complete visibility on the localizer and the glide slope. Okay, I see the airport. You guys see it? Not yet. There, it's there, blinking. You should see it on your leftmost now. Right now. See it? Let me move a bit. There. See? It's there. Good. Let's maintain 3,000 here. Do a visual approach. Oh my goodness, that's going to bug the heck out of me. I haven't heard that before. The Morse code for the ILS. Is that something that they introduced in the G3000 mod? Sounds very realistic, but can get irritating at some point. So let's go and deploy our flaps, push down on the yoke to avoid that natural tendency of the plane to pitch up. Oh, just the sensitivity settings are a bit weird. There you go. So we can actually just maintain 3,000 here. So we got a bit of a shortcut on the way. There's the airport. Beautiful. Oh man, the scenery in this place. Hopefully the camera is doing it justice a bit. So we stay at 3,000 feet here. Wow, the sightseeing in this area. Everything is so lush. Although there on that side looks like there is a major river or a highway. I also see the glide slope coming up now. When we're 1 dot away from it, I will deploy my landing gears. Alright. Landing gear down. Keep my hand here until we get all 3 green. Come on. There we go. 3 green. Alright. And now we've captured the glide slope. Wow, that's a lot of drag. The landing gear really slowed us down. Below 122 knots. Landing flaps are extending. Push forward on the yoke. And now we pitch for 85 knots. And we try to follow the glide slope. Yeah, we are crabbing right here because there is an intense crosswind coming from the left. not really intense actually, it's just 7 knots, but yeah, we are definitely crabbing. We just align perfectly with the runway here. We're not really at a very proper angle, and we are a bit high. So let's catch up to it by pulling back on the throttle just a tad. Let's do our landing checks. Landing lights are on, gears are extended, all 3 green. Inertial separator is on, flaps are full. Yaw damper is off. Okay, good to go. Look at the moon right in front of us. That is beautiful. Okay. Now, one of the major problems, I've shared this in the stream, but one of the major problems I have with this current patch is with the landings. It sounds like I'm making an excuse, and I kind of am, but it's a bit irritating to me, the new sensitivity curves of the yoke. But I guess it's just something I need to get used to more. We are getting lower here, interesting. This is quite strange, as we are, it's saying that we are low on the glide slope, but so I don't know why it's saying that I am low when this looks like a proper approach to me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I was on a different camera, my bad. Okay, now I see we are low. Ooh, you can actually see cars there moving from the houses. There are houses nearby here. Very nice view. Keep 85 knots. There we have the middle marker for the ILS. And there's the glide slope. There we go. That's a good approach. Trim it, trim it. Don't need to do any pulling off the yoke until the actual flare. Looking good. Alright, now we pull ever so subtly. Release the throttle. Pull up. Oh, it's still a bit too much, but it's okay. There you go.
Landing time logged.
Nice.
Landed at Kilo Hotel Tango Sierra, Tri-State/Milton J. Ferguson 5.
Is there nowhere else that I can turn on? I think that was where I should have turned. I'll take that landing. Still plenty of work, but we can make that happen next time. No, I don't have really. Let's just turn left here maybe. Remove that frequency. Untune that frequency. Just so we won't have to listen to it. Now where are we going? I don't know. We'll just stop here and call it a flight. So let me know if it was very stuttery for you. I will have to probably work with the preview there. Still a bit of experiment before I go, so I'll move the mouse here. That one. So that's without the preview. I'll turn on the preview and move the mouse again. Is it more stuttery? I think it is a bit more stuttery, huh? Crap. That means I'll have to fly without the preview. Well, let me know if it's different on your end, but yes, we'll see. Okay, inertial separator is off. Bleeds are off. Lights can go off as well. And everything else, just clean up the plane. And from there, we should be good to turn off the engine. I hope I didn't forget anything.
Engine off time logged.
Actually, hear
End
the
of flight.
propeller.
Registered in on-air company.
The wind from the propeller as it slows down. Very nice. Cool. Right. So how does that look in on air? Well, we did acceleration for a bit, so we didn't get the XP just yet. We'll get it later, but we did get everything else, and we should earn the income from the job later on. That's probably in 3 minutes. Yeah, so we didn't really accelerate that much. Cool. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for bearing with me in this experimental episode. As always, especially now, you guys let me know if you prefer some specific differences, some changes. And yeah, let me know how it works. we'll adjust as we go. Thank you for watching, guys, and hang tight, okay? Hope you enjoyed this one. Clumsy flying, and catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Actually, see me now. Catch you soon.